everybody, it's Mel, and today I am finally back with a new video. It has been a very long time coming. I actually went to Twitter and asked you guys what you wanted to see, and the majority of you said a favorites video, and I compiled a huge list of favorites, so many that I had to narrow them down. I don't consistently or regularly ever make favorites videos, mostly because I feel like if it's something I really enjoy and really like, I would share it in a vlog, but today I'm making a dedicated favorites video for you guys, so no more rambling, let's just jump right into the video. So let's start off with my beauty favorites. I actually had so many Glossier favorites that I think I might make a dedicated video of my hits and misses and reviews and what works best for me. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. So the first favorite I'm sharing with you guys is the Pixi by Petra Glow Tonic Exfoliating Toner with 5% glycolic acid. This retails for $15 at Target, but full disclosure, I did receive this in a PR package, and I'm also not telling you guys that you need to go out and buy any of these products. Prior to using this, I think I was using the Dickinson's Witch Hazel toner, which I really wasn't seeing any kind of difference with my skin. If I used it, that's great. If I didn't, I really didn't feel like I was missing an essential part of my beauty routine. But ever since using this every single day in the morning and in the night, I have seen a significant difference. I feel like my skin is much more bright and radiant. My skin tone is more even, and whenever I do have hyperpigmentation, I find that using this regularly does make the hyperpigmentation fade faster. This is a product that personally I didn't see a difference the first time I used it. I've had to use it consistently for months, and the 5% glycolic acid hasn't bothered my skin in any way. I know some people on the reviews that I read, some people said it was just too harsh, which I have not had a problem with, but then again, I have pretty normal to dry skin depending on the weather, so if you're looking for a toner to use regularly and consistently in your beauty routine, this is definitely something I would try out. So full disclosure, I don't know a lot of the science behind how these are supposed to work, but Punk one day had a really bad issue with a pimple that she picked at and irritated, and she was really upset and she needed me to go and find these. So I went to 3 different places and I finally found them, and I'm really kicking myself right now for not buying all 3 boxes because they were only 84 cents and they were originally $7.99 and they were being discontinued. And these Miracle Band-Aids are hydrocolloid Band-Aids. So I picked these up at Walgreens, like I said, for 84 cents. If you guys even go back and watch last week's vlog, you can see on Sunday I had a pretty big zit on my face and it wasn't going away, and I had picked at it. Basically what Punk told me is that these create a moisture barrier and also help suck everything out of the pore, and the moisture barrier not only helps your skin not scab over, but the not scabbing over also prevents your skin from getting a really bad dark or hyperpigmentation that would form on your skin. These are kind of, I guess, more or less transparent. They do have a subtle color to them, but I've actually worn these in vlogs, so if you guys have ever seen these on my skin, that's what I'm wearing. I've worn them to work because nobody cares what I look like, and I've actually worn them to a dentist appointment and nobody said anything, and I don't know if that's because they're being nice or because they really didn't see them. They're sweat proof, they're waterproof. I think you can wear one of these for says it lasts for days. I usually change it every day or 2 days depending on how much gunk is starting to collect on the actual Band-Aid, but these are great. You can cut them up into really small pieces. You can cut them to fit however, you know, much area you're trying to cover. This is what it actually looks like. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a piece of it cut off. I probably did that. Miracle Band-Aids right here. If you ever have a bad breakout, if you ever mess with something that you know you should not have picked out on your skin, these are a lifesaver. So the next category is just miscellaneous things, because I feel like these next few items don't really fit into a specific category. I was looking for a pair of sunglasses that I really wanted online, the La Spec Las Lolitas, and they have them online for $119, and I've seen a few other pairs on different resale websites for like $77, but I just could not bring myself to spend that amount of money on a pair of sunglasses. I feel like I don't take care of sunglasses. So after browsing eBay for several hours, several days, several nights, I finally came across these. Now these are not anywhere, they're not similar at all, but they're what I wanted. And they are these pink, I guess maybe retro 50s, 70s sunglasses with the pink frames and the pink lenses. They do have a little bit of glitter on the corners, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish they would make them without the glitter, but it's not a big deal. These come in a few other colors. Punk picked up a pair for herself. I will leave a link in the description if I can find them. I think they were $7.99 with free shipping and they came in 2 days. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, these are awesome. So next up is Messy Heads Issue 1, the Self issue. This is 120 pages, no ads, and it is beautiful. The colors, the photos, the layouts are all so special. And I think most importantly, the writing in this one is very special. This one is all about discovering yourself and learning to love yourself, which I think is very important. And sometimes our society doesn't put a lot of emphasis on that, learning to love who we are. And one that I really enjoyed is You Are What You Eat. And this one talks about how sometimes on social media we tend to follow people or accounts that make us feel worse about ourselves, and we kind of think less of ourselves because we think we're never going to amount to what that person is, instead of following people or accounts that inspire us. And I am guilty of that. I see people that I'm like, wow, their life is amazing and I'm never going to be that tall, that beautiful, that successful. And it's a negative mentality to have, which this has really opened my eyes to. So if you're looking for something to read, this is, it's so special. I feel like when I finish this, I want to pass it on to somebody else. This is almost like a journal because there are a few pages where you can fill out, but this is so beautiful. I would never write in it. And just check out that cover, it's beautiful. The paper's so nice too. So if you guys watch our vlogs, you may have remembered I attempted making these and failed miserably. They were so bad that I ended up throwing them away. I tried eating a few of them, but they were hard as a rock and they only got worse after time. And they are organic Aussie bites. So I picked these up at Costco for I think $9.99. I've seen them online at Walmart and Amazon for $20. So I don't know, if you don't have a Costco near you, you could potentially try making them at home, but I know that when I run out, I will just go to Costco again. One of these is a serving. So this is not something that you would sit down, watch RuPaul's Drag Race and eat a whole box of these. I find that they are very filling, so I will generally have one of them at a time. They're kind of more, I don't know, like an energy bite for me. I find that right now when I first open the box up, they are a bit moist and kind of flaky. They tend to fall apart, so I kind of like when they get a little bit dried out. These are delicious, they're addictive, that's why I keep buying them. So I've always actually been a fan of these, and they're the LaCroix Sparkling Waters. I really enjoyed the coconut flavor, and then I read a BuzzFeed listicle that ranked that one as the worst flavor. So I'm not sure what that says about me. Now these are pretty pricey, but recently they have been on sale at my local supermarket for $3.33 for an 8-pack, which is still, I'm balling out. I'm still balling out. I've tried a few flavors. This one is the cantaloupe pink grapefruit. I'm not really getting a lot of pink grapefruit. I'm not really getting a lot of melon either. I tend to think that they all kind of taste the same. I keep going back to the berry flavor, which is pretty basic. But as long as these are on sale, I will continue buying them. I tend to like carbonated, sparkling beverages in the can, so I think that's what I enjoy about these. I think the packaging is really nice too. So if you guys have any suggestions as to which flavor I should try, let me know in the comments down below. So now we have come to a very popular segment in Punk's favorites videos, the Just Phone Things. And the first thing I'm sharing with you guys is my Mophie phone case. Remember when I was being very cheap, very stingy, and didn't want to buy this? Well, I came to a point where I had to because my phone kept constantly dying. This was $30 at Marshall's, which I think is a pretty good deal, and it is 100% charged. I really wanted a rose gold, but I settled on the white, and that's totally fine. I also had to buy a ring stand for this because the phone case itself is pretty heavy and I have dropped it on my face, which is very embarrassing. Now, I have an iPhone 6, no shame. I know some of you guys are probably like, why haven't you upgraded? Because all the other phones are exactly the same in my personal opinion, and I'm waiting for the 8. So I have to make it to October. And this is the only way I'm going to make it. So if you are interested in buying a Mophie, if you are the person that's always like, oh my gosh, my battery's about to die, this is a lifesaver. Next up, I have my favorite album as of late. I tend to listen to most of my music on my phone or whatever CD I have in the car, which tends to be whatever I find at the library. But this is an album that I keep constantly going back to, and it's Ha Ha Sound by Broadcast. It's very dreamy, the vocals are very beautiful, and every time I listen to this, for some reason, I feel like this could be a movie's soundtrack. Now, I read an article on Pitchfork that was from 2003, and it didn't say in the article that anybody in the band explicitly said that it was inspired by a movie, but it did mention that, so maybe the connection is there. This is on Spotify if you want to listen to it. All of Broadcast music is great. It's definitely worth listening to. So my last and final favorite is an Instagram account, and it is Sort of Obsessed, and I think I've been obsessed with her account for quite some time now. She takes very aesthetically pleasing photos. She does her morning routines, her night routines, product reviews, and I think she said that she takes all of her morning and night routine photos with her iPhone, which is very impressive, but then again, she's also into photography, so I'm sure she would take really good photos. I find that I really am drawn to her account because she posts honest reviews of products and she always discloses when something is sent to her. I find that we use similar products, and after reading several of her reviews, I would go out and purchase certain products because of the way that she's reviewed them. I actually purchased a few products recently by The Ordinary, and that's where I first heard of that brand on her Instagram, so I'm waiting for her to do the reviews, what she thinks about the products. So if you're somebody that's a skincare junkie, you definitely have to follow her. So that concludes my favorites video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I don't know when we're going to do another one of these, so I feel like if I did talk for a very long time, I can kind of get away with it. Leave any questions, comments, concerns, short speeches in the comments down below, and I will get back to you guys, and I will hopefully see you guys very soon. Bye!